It must be very easy to get people to do your show.
Well, I mean, yeah, seeing how we give away millions of dollars, it's yeah. Usually, people are very excited about it. The only hard part for us is, if it's a longer one, just the time off work. So, because sometimes, when we shoot like Beast games or stuff, it can go for a month. But besides the work stuff, of course.
Are there people that haven't been able to do the show because they couldn't get a month off work?
Oh, yeah, tons, of course. So we always have even like the day before, sometimes people get cold feet. So if we're doing something with 100 people, we'll usually have 10 backups just because, the
I would imagine that the type of person that would do your show would have a job that they could quit.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess it depends, right? Whether it's the YouTube channel where we're, doing, 100 families compete for $250,000, or it's Beast Games where they're competing for $5 million. The $5 million, people are way more excited for. Some of the, the YouTube videos, it's not as grandiose. Where they're like, I don't know if I want to lose my job for a 1% chance of winning $250K. So,
well, how many people when you do Beast Games? How many people are competing?
So the newest season we just shot, we grabbed one person from every country on Earth. So it was around 200.
Whoa.
Yeah, which was actually pretty cool because you would put them in these crazy games, and you'd see how someone from the Asian, Pacific countries would react versus to someone in South America, and they play and think so differently because they have such different upbringing. So it was really cool.
Did you have to? I mean, you must have had to thoroughly vet these people, right? Make sure they're not insane. Make sure you don't have a serial killer.
We do the psych and background checks, of course. No.
How do you get that information if you're going? I mean, if you have, how many countries are there? First of all, it's 190.
We went off of whatever the Olympics do, so it's like 100, something around 200. Yeah, plus or minus a couple.
So some of them have to have some shitty infrastructure.
Oh, I mean, I think one of them has literally 40,000 people living in it. It was what is it? Not the. Something Sea Islands, not the Cayman Islands, but some island country. And yeah, I was like, wow, my town, which has 100,000 people, is 2.5 times the population of your country. Well, I was joking with the contestant because I was like, if you win the $5 million, you could technically give a $200 dividend to every single person in your country. It's that crazy. That's that little people living there.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the kind of country I wonder if you could buy that country.
I mean, the GDP is probably, couple $100 million if I were to guess.
So. Someone like Elon or something like that could buy
Not
a country.
Elon. There's probably thousands of people in America that could. I mean, I feel bad. People from that country listening.
We didn't say the country.
Okay, true.
We're good. We didn't say it.
Exactly. It's not yours.
They should know what they are.
Yeah.
They're a country of 40,000 people. That's just what it is. Nothing wrong with that. But it's it is weird how many countries there are, and if you've got a person from every country, what are the odds you're going to get good data as to whether or not they're a criminal?
Well, that's why, I mean, if you saw our budgets on what I have to spend on casting those people, it was ridiculous to be able to get them all. Because basically what we did is we grabbed multiple options for each country. And what I was worried about is that the contestant from blank country would suck. And then the country would be like, Jimmy, you hate us and you purposely picked this, absolute moron. So we would pick 2 or 3 from each country, and then we let people from those countries vote on who should compete. So it wasn't even one. I had to get multiple from each. So I think I ended up spending over $1 million just on, aggregating and casting and background checks and everything, and then putting it out there so people could vote on it. But that way, whatever, like Georgia and Europe, if that guy's an absolute moron, it's on them. They picked him.
Right. That's actually very smart.
Exactly.
How did you come up with the concept for this show? First of all, how the fuck do you have time to do that show as well as do your YouTube show?
Yeah. I just don't sleep much during those because Beast Games basically is 30 days of just, 18 hours a day filming. And so for people who might not have heard of it, it's essentially the largest cash prize of any show in the world. Season 1, we had the most contestants of any show in the world and the largest sets of any show ever to exist. And I was just like, what if you take a reality show, but you just ramp everything up to the absolute maximum? And season 1, we gave away $22 million just in one season, right? And, some of the biggest game shows in the world right now give away $250,000. We're giving away $2 million every episode. Yeah,
look at that. That's wild. Those that's so crazy. That set's amazing.
Yep.
Dude.
And then we build a city, and so also
holy shit.
My whole thesis behind it with this is when you watch these game shows or reality shows, there's a lot of takeaways, and after the show they'll put people in a room and they'll be like, hey, talk about what happened here, and it's intercut. And I was like, well, what if we just have 1,000 cameras and we just let people be themselves and we kind of just show it in real time. So we also, like in season 1, we broke the world record of most cameras ever used in any production of any movie, show, anything ever. So like this set right here, there's over 1,200 cameras in there. and the most
that room is so big.
Yeah, it's bigger than the football field. And so there's 1,000 contestants. We have to have an A cam on all of them. So there's like a pole on each of the platforms on them. Plus there's hundreds of cameras in the roof and blah, blah. I think there's over 1,200 here, which outside of this, the most ever used in production was 400. So like I literally had to, and this might seem insane, but this is why I think the show appeals to quite a few people, because normally in a show, they would have a story producer walk up to you, hold a camera and be like, all right, you got 3 minutes. You're kind of the bad guy. Say roughly along these lines, almost basically put words in your mouth. And then they'd go like person to person with like one camera. Whereas I go on the microphone, I go, say whatever the hell you want. We're recording you for the next 10 hours. I don't care, right? And you all have a dedicated camera on you. So then instead of like putting words in people's mouths, they can just do whatever they want.
So do you have someone who actually has to go back and watch all that footage and edit it and then put it all out as a show?
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is why.
How many people do you have doing your editing?
That season, over 150 editors worked on it. Yeah.
Holy shit,
it's crazy.
man.
And that's obviously why people don't do it, because it's like basically we had to spend millions of dollars in cameras. It was the world record for most cameras ever used, which then we also broke the world record for most camera cables used, because it's 27 miles of camera cables. Broke the world record for largest control room. Each of these is millions of dollars, and you have to bring in millions of dollars of extra editors. And so next thing you know, to take it from 10 cameras where you just essentially put words in people's mouths to unlimited cameras, and they can do whatever you want. You can show who they actually are as opposed to what you think they should be, right, with the story producer. It costs a lot of money. It's a lot of effort and time, but it shows through in the final product, because now, you get more natural, like less scripted things when people are just themselves.
You have a great ability to like see the big picture, and a great ability to put together things regardless of what the budget is, like regardless of how much money you're going to make, to do the best product. Like, I always thought that about you when you first started doing your YouTube show. I'm like, the amount of money and time and effort involved in this is like above and beyond what most people are willing to do.
Yep.
And it's way more than a traditional television network would ever do, because a traditional television network would look at the upside. They would look at the money, and they would go, we're going to spend X amount of money to make it this much better, but if we just take it down a couple of notches, we save 80%.
Yeah.
And they would do that. But you're like, can we make it even cooler? Let's put all the money back into the show, which is very risky, man. Because not just very risky, it's just you have great foresight. Like, you really see the big picture of it. Obviously, you have the #1 show in the world. Like, you have the most watched show on Earth. Your YouTube show is the most watched show on planet Earth. So it's obviously working. Yeah. But it's like that ability to make that set must have been bananas. That is a fucking enormous building. Yeah. Did you have to build the building?
No, so that's in Toronto, but it's basically an airport hangar. I mean, we spent months trying to figure out how we could make this. That also is like 1,000 trap doors, because every single one of those, the trap doors open when they get eliminated. So that set alone was like $15 million. I mean, it was crazy.
Oh my God.
And thousands of people's time and stuff like that. It's actually, where we film Beast Games, is actually a pretty big deal, because it creates so many local jobs for people. So,
I'm sure.
Yeah, like there, it was like pretty wild. Every time.
Can you say where you film it, or you keep it on the wraps?
That one was Toronto, Canada.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
And every time I'd walk around on set, people were loving it, because even though we filmed for 30 days, there's months leading up to it and months after.
Sure.
So it gives people like consistent work for 6 months, whereas like before, they're going project to project every week. But yeah, back on the going above and beyond, that's kind of my whole thing, is like, why make content that isn't great? And we just ask ourselves, how do we make the best content possible, as opposed to, how do we make the most money possible? And when you just shockingly going with that approach, you just kind of
make a lot of money.
Yeah. And and also it's I tell my team all the time too, like a big difference between us and other media companies is, usually like people at the top will always shoot down crazy ideas or tell you it's not possible, like whenever you have like these crazy brainstorming sessions. And I tell the team, technically anything's possible. If as humans we really wanted to, we could technically blow up the moon with enough nukes. Now, we're not going to do it because it's not worth the time and it's not worth spending the money. But you have to have that frame of mind. Everything's for the most part possible if you're willing to spend the time and spend the money. So before you do the work and just figure out what time it takes and how much money it costs, you can't say no to something. Because almost all the time, like we filmed in the pyramids, and I spent 100 hours